Good afternoon. Today is June the 4th, 2020. This is the Service Hero Show, 365 Days of Awesome. Celebrate success through service. My name is Tamara Hunter, and today we have a nominated service hero. Our nomination came from a dear friend of the show, and actually, yes, her name is on the bottom there because she is sponsor and helping us with our show. Andrea Adams Miller of the Keep Smiling Movement and Red Carpet Connection. She got a hold of me and said, you need to have this gentleman on as a service hero. So we have Mario on today. Mario Arace. He is elevating others. Actually, he elevates others. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes and really get into it. He actually is also known for almost like a cartoon sound, but I'm not going to give you much more than that right this minute. There you go, superhero. See, it's appropriate hero show, service hero show, a superhero. Oh, we have Helene Wilson with us. Helene is one of the ambassadors of the chat, one of my buddies too. And hello, Helene. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here with us. I know you won't be here for long, but I have to say I'm so impressed with you. Thank you for calling upon Carol to be here and to help also. I appreciate that very much. Let me know how things go. And she is saying hello to us. And a hello to one of our senior ambassadors, Sherry McQueen is in the house. Sherry, hello. So let's talk. As I was getting to know your story, I have to say, I went to your website. I started reading about you, and my heart sank. It was just like, whoa, okay. There's something significant here that, a hero's journey, if you will, like you go through different things and it takes us onto a path that many times is the path that's going to help us to serve humanity and ourselves and those that are with us. And when I read what had happened, and we're going to go into it if you don't mind.
Sure.
I just was thinking, wow, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be able to relate in a very different ways. But when you have trauma or you have something significant happen, it really can change dynamics. And so we have Andrea Adams Miller in the house. I'm so glad you're with us. And yes, thank you for the nomination. When we elevate others, we create a ripple effect. Absolutely. It's like that coin in the water, that rock in the water. There it goes. And you never know who you're going to touch. So let's get into it. So it's 1982. Your brother has just gotten his license and you are in the car. What happened?
It was actually a pickup truck, and
Okay.
it had a machine on the back, in the back of the pickup, and we were driving. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. It was a very balmy July morning. It was early though because my father owned a disposal service, so we had to be there early. And I happened to have my eyes closed, and I just felt a jolt, saw a flash of green light, and I just got up off the ground about 100 feet away from the truck. It was upside down with smoke billowing out of it, and I ran back over to get my brother out, and I realized that there was no way I was getting the door open, and I also realized that he had passed immediately. So that's the flip side of it. At least it was not painful,
Right.
but at the same time, it was absolutely crazy. I mean, to be a year apart, he was my best friend, my brother. I walked in his footsteps, and you talk about having a path. I had a path, and then all of a sudden, I had all these paths to choose from that I was going to go down. and I had to make the right decision. But you don't
Mhm.
know at that time if you're making the right decision, but it turned out to be
So you were the younger brother,
correct.
a year younger, and remember, still looking for your purple pen. I knew it. It's an insider joke, guys. You know, we have a community of buddies, and she's our one of our resident. You know, it's like, where's Waldo? Where's the purple pen? So I love it, Helene. Thank you. Be grateful for what you have now while you're working for what you want. Absolutely, Mario. So very well said, Andrea. Thank you for sharing this. And if you want a better future, you have to be grateful for what you have right now. These are absolutely so timely in so many different ways, and sorry for your loss. So you lose your brother, and did you have any other siblings? Was it just the two of you?
No, I have an older sister and a younger sister, which was
Okay.
difficult because obviously I'm on the phone and you hear them say bring them home, and that's something I couldn't do. So yeah, it was painful for the whole family. I mean, extremely painful, as you can imagine, for my
Yeah.
parents more so than anybody. Um, but we had to move forward. We really
Right.
did. And
Right.
um, I think all three of us, myself and my sisters, I think we did the best we could,
Mm.
to move on and to move forward with our lives. And that's what really, I mean, that's what makes it so important. It's making the right decision so that you have the ability to really. For me, it was allowing my brother to live inside of me. His life was cut short, so I
Yeah.
wanted to do more than I could do with my life, so that I could have him shine as well, because he did bring a lot to this world in the short time that he was here. So I
Mhm.
really want to carry that on.
How beautiful. What a tribute. What a tribute. And you know, it is said, and in the community, I was sharing with you that I have the nonprofit that supports those people that are affected by cancer, both the patient and those people that love and support them. And you know, we deal with a unique set of circumstances every single day in our community, and not everybody always is as acutely aware of the fact that you need to just treasure every single second
Yeah.
that we have, because truly there is no guarantee. And like I was sharing with you, the show right now, I'm dating the shows because of the events that are happening in the world and in the United States. Now we have a double whammy going on, and it's June the 4th, the year 2020. And if it's in the future and you guys look back to now, you'll see we are still in the midst of a worldwide pandemic, and we are having a lot of civil unrest issues within the United States, and a lot of people that are experiencing that very subject matter right now, either due to sickness or traumatic situations, due to the unrest and some of the situations that there have been lives lost. Let's put it that way. We're not going to get into the politics of it, but people are having to deal with a lot of it because there were some areas that were starting to open up. Now they're closing back down, and we'll get into that in a moment. But I want to continue in your story and then really start diving into this because of what you've learned. You are a perfect surface hero for today, for today, because what your lessons are and the way you look at these lessons, you have so many nuggets, so many golden nuggets, similar to the color in your background there and your branding, which I got to say is really cool. I was like, oh, it's beautiful. I was at that website and I'm thinking, oh, it's so clean, it's so wonderful, it's like perfect, you know, very nice, very nice. And so you're 15 years old roughly 14, 15, somewhere in there,
Just,
right?
just 6 weeks shy of my 16th birthday.
Okay. So you're 15 years old, almost 16. And you've had your best friend and you're there with them. And so that's an image that you'll never forget. Then life continues to happen again, right?
Yeah, 12 years later, I lost my father, and at that time, I started mourning my brother because I didn't mourn my brother because I wanted to be the man, take care of my, be strong and carry it out, but not. It doesn't always work out the right way when you're strong because 12 years later, my dad died, and I actually started mourning my brother. Um, I started having crazy anxiety attacks, panic attacks. I was out with clients one night. I couldn't even swallow. I had to go under the table and pull food out of my throat. I'm not even kidding. And,
Yeah,
then I had to carry that with me.
right.
But those are the experiences that can either make you stronger,
Yeah.
or you can crawl up into a ball and say, life is happening to me and not for me.
Exactly. And so you decided, okay, you go in, you enter the financial arena. You have this career for 30 years. You're a viable contributing, society member, come from a family of hardworking individuals. If when you have an entrepreneurial family, that is a unique set of dynamics to grow up in. You lose a couple of the people in your family, and then here you are, you in 2011, another shift, another change.
Yeah, and this was big because nothing really affected me this much. And I'm not putting the losses away. It
Mm-hmm.
was when automation and technology came along and took away what I was so passionate about. I mean, I was literally waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I was getting to my trading desk very early. We were imaginative. We were incredibly entrepreneurial. We were able to, use our imaginations, come up with real awesome ways to come up with value for our clients, the institutional clients we were serving. And then all that was taken away. And when my passion, or what I thought was my passion, was taken away, so was my identity. And I could not really understand who I was anymore. And so I went into this rabbit hole for 5 years, and I was scraping and clawing, literally scraping and clawing to get out of this rabbit hole. And I was blaming everybody. And I'm the first to admit that. I was
Mm-hmm.
blaming the world. I was blaming corporate. I was blaming everyone. And
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't until I sat down one morning and I literally was starting my morning routine, and I got a cup of coffee and I sat on the couch like I normally do. Um, I was praying to God, and I called myself. I said, God, when did I become a victim? And as soon as I said that to myself, that was my trigger. And that trigger got me up literally to walk off that couch and take a walk, and had an internal conversation with myself. And I realized what I don't want to be anymore and what version of myself I want to be. And that allowed me to take such a deep dive and find out who I really am, that by default, by getting rid of all the toxicity in my life, I was able to truly find myself again, but put myself on a different path. I wanted to make sure, okay, the key word here is that I took responsibility for my life. I no longer put the blame, and I took responsibility for it. And once I did that, I started putting all these little things together that I did to get out of this rabbit hole, along with taking the responsibility. And now I want to share that with other people to elevate them, to let them know look, there's a lot of chaos out there in the world. Shut off the news, do what you have to do to find clarity so that you
Mm-hmm.
have focus, so that you can identify your true passion and purpose, and take that leap, take that plunge, and go for it. Because, like you said before, we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Our window could be here, it could be here. Time is our most valuable asset. I've committed myself to using every second of my day to do the better for others and to elevate others and put them on that path to freedom and happiness.
I love it. And so now you you owe yourself the life only you wish to live. I mean, you're not just saying these things. You are actually out there making it happen. You've written a book. You're all about elevating others. You're out there with a podcast, lives every day or for 5 days a week, and you're helping people to find what it is that they want to do, find their clarity and purpose, and then helping them to with strategies
It's
through
also
coaching,
it's
right?
also, if I could just interrupt, it's not what they, it's what they want to be doing, not necessarily what they should be doing. I don't
Right.
want people
Okay.
to keep living a life where they were told this is the life you're supposed to live. You're supposed to be a lawyer. You're supposed to be this. You're supposed to be that. You're supposed to go. You know, I talk to a lot of parents all the time, and I was confronted by a mother once, and she said, how I was at a mastermind, and I was literally talking about, why don't we just allow our kids to find out what they want to do, what's going to make them happy? And I was talking about one person, and she wanted her daughter to be a lawyer because she was a lawyer. Her parents were lawyers, her grandfathers were lawyers, and it was in her blood. And all I said to her was, I said, well, did you ask your child if they wanted to be a lawyer? Did you tell them to? I said, absolutely. I told them to. They got to keep it in the family. And I said, well, did you ask them if that makes them happy? And she said, what does that have to do with it? And I said, well, you're an attorney. You're very successful. I literally just talked about this and told this story. And I said, are you happy? And there was such a pause and silence that I knew that she herself, though she was successful, wealthy, had a lot of material items, was very unfulfilled. She was doing something because she believed she should have been doing it. She followed the footsteps. She was told to do it. I want
Mm-hmm.
people to know that things, nothing can replace memories,
Mm-hmm.
experiences, and doing what you love and waking up every day and jumping out of bed. Not
Mm-hmm.
because you have to go and do something, but because you want to do it. When you want to do something, whether it's career or anything else, that's where happiness comes from. That's a derivative of happiness.
I love this. And so you're creating this whole like movement of elevating others to find that happiness. And this one just I love this one. Never change to be accepted by others. Stay weird. It's like, okay, good, because I'm there, it's like I just, I'm self-professed geek and proud of it. It's like, okay, you got to be who you are. And so you're helping people to really see that you're take back that freedom, take back what it is, and what is it that you think? Okay, I have this here too. Okay, how most people live their lives, and right now there are a lot of people. Let's just be real. There's a lot of people that are saying, "What life? I have no clue. I
Exactly.
used to get up. I used to get up. I used to go to work. I used to go this way. I didn't even have to think about it. I just would do it every day. And I'd get my paycheck. And then I had so much left over. I got to have some fun maybe on a day. And then I did it all over again. That was my life. And that life is now gone, or whatever it may be, and they're mourning that life because that was the life they knew. Now we're in a shift where people might actually be able to say, all right, Mario, I'm hearing you. However, how is that going to affect me? I lived that life. I'm mourning that life. I don't even know what kind of life I want. I have no clue. I'm not tapped into it. I don't know. All I know is that right now I'm struggling with my bills. I'm waiting to see if they're going to send me any more money. I'm having to go get food at the food pantry, the where they give out the free food and all of those type of things, and people are struggling. So how most people live their life: live, laugh, love, learn, play, enjoy life. Let's walk through this. You know, be tired, regret. There's the two different sides to this. And there's the, you know, the green, the yellow, and the red. You know, and if you guys want to mention where you feel you fit in that, feel free to. You don't have to, but I would encourage each one of you to look at this and say, am I green? Am I yellow? Or am I red? This is one of your recent posts. Why don't you talk to us about this? Your sound is gone. I'm not hearing you. Let me see if it's here. It's not me. I'm not sure what has happened. We've lost sound. And you may need to go out and come back in, and that might do it. Okay, we're figuring it out, guys. In the meantime, what I'd like to do is anybody that wants to, first of all, hashtag live, hashtag replay, please. And then second, if you would like to let me know, how do you feel like on that timeline, birth to death, you know, how are you doing? Are you in the green, yellow, or red? You know, are you living and laughing and learning, playing and enjoying life? Are you surviving Monday through Friday, get drunk on the weekend, stop learning, complain about how hard and unfair life is? You work. Or red, you're tired, you regret, you wish to be young again. You are waiting for death to come. You know, I'd love to, I'm not hearing you again. Okay, we're giving him 1 second. Not a worry. I mean, don't worry about it, Mario. You know, we punt around here. And anybody that knows this show knows we don't give up. So if you need to go out and come back in, whatever we need to do, if we even have to start the show again, we will. And in the meantime, I would love to also, if anybody wants to add any other questions also for Mario, I would appreciate that too, because, you know, I gave a lot of thought as he's working on the sound issues in reading his story. And then we've all had life happen. And if you have had life happen and you've turned it into your life purpose, I'd love to hear what that is. And if this is in replay, and even if it's in other social media, YouTube, LinkedIn, Pinterest, wherever it may be, I would love for you to comment and share with others. How have you taken life and turned it into a purpose, like what Mario has done with Elevate Others in his movement? Do you want to just exit and then come right back in and see if that maybe sets changes? Okay, awesome. He'll be back in just a moment. Let's see here. So Sherry, I'm 57. My son committed suicide 2 years ago. I'm so sorry. I was so wrecked. I feel I'm in the red. Can't seem to get your mojo back. You know, Sherry, first of all, thank you for sharing that. Thank you. I want you first to know that there is so much love. And the fact that you shared it right now, I want you to know that I am sending you love. And there's a whole group of people that I have a nonprofit. It's Chemo Buddies for Life. We're healing through connections within a buddies network. And yes, it was created to help support people that are affected by cancer. However, we have opened our doors to others that are feeling isolated and alone right now. And I would love to invite you to be a part of our community. It's a closed group, and we share a lot of humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a lot of love. And we are healing through things. And it's interesting that we just opened our doors to someone else that has a story that's similar. And maybe it's not an accident. Maybe there's some budding. And when you have people that you can talk to, we'll help you to find your mojo again. And thank you for being here. And in fact, Sherry McQueen is she's one of our senior ambassadors. And should you join our community, and for others that do join our community, first of all, it's a safe place. What we share in there stays there. Stays there. Doesn't go anywhere else. It's safe. And then second, we have so much love. We have a community chat every evening where we get together, and it's different subjects. Yet, if someone needs to chat, you don't have to come online. We won't see you unless you want to. But we're there with you. And so I'd love for you to come and join us. And Sherry, yes. Hi, Sherry. I'm so sorry. I hope that you find your mojo again. Thank you for telling your truth. Sending you hugs and love. And come and join us. And it's Chemo Buddies for Life. There's 2 Chemo Buddies on Facebook. It's the one that's for life. And then go to our closed group. It's the Chemo Buddies for Life community, and ask to join. And in fact, we can send you, I think, I'm not sure, we might have to be friends, but come and join us. And you're welcome. You're welcome. We're in this thing called life together, Sherry. And there are many of us that when you start hearing our stories, we all have a hero's journey, and we all are inspiring others. That's why Service Heroes, this show, was created, was to share these kind of stories. And so that you, Sherry, and you, Sherry, and all the others that will be hearing this will know you're not alone. And that there's others that are inspiring and elevating. I love it. Elevate others. And Mario is working to get in. And Mario, if you're listening, and if for some reason we can't get you back in today, oh, here he is. Yes. I'm sure we have it fixed. And we will see in a moment. Hello? Nope. Can't hear you. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. You know, I will share this with you right now, Mario, if you can hear me, is that a miracle took place just now. And I think that you will be thrilled when you watch this, in that one of the people listening and hearing your story decided to share, and shared about that she's been struggling to get her mojo back, and really appreciated you coming on and being honest about your situation. And so he's working on it right now. I'm going to minimize him yet, and so that we still are working on it. And yes, you are very welcome. Let's see, I believe I'm already friends with most of you here. Probably not an accident. It is not an accident. Not at all. Sherry, not at all. I can assure you that this is the way it works. And it's a pretty cool thing. So come and join us. Tonight in the chat is Thankful Thursday. It's every night the same time, 5 o'clock Pacific in the evening, 8 o'clock Eastern, and that's when we're live. But you can watch all the other ones too. And then we also are starting out some really cool things. This celebration journal is something that you'll be also gifted, and we just we have a really great place. And in fact, last night it was said by Dr. Jill Briska, and she has said that I can share this. She said that it's like coming and putting a really comfy jammies on or blanket on and visiting with friends that you love and family that you love and just getting filled up for the day. And that's what she looks forward to. And many do within our closed group. So if you, Sherry, or anybody else is watching this in whatever format you're watching and you're saying, I need that right now, we are inviting people that are feeling, we are helping to ease the suffering of isolation experienced by too many. We are really easing it. I'm not going to say we're completely getting rid of it. No, because that would be, life experiences. However, what we have done is that we've created such a unique place. There's nothing like it out there anywhere else, is what I'm hearing. And it's a really cool place to be. Yes, you are with, okay, so, and Sherry, meet Sherry. She's just friended you and she sent you a friend request. So we're still waiting for Mario. And you know what? Again, Mario, we're good. Not an issue, because our buddies and our community and those fans of the show know that we don't give up easy. We work through things. And you can't hear me? Okay. Well, you know what? All right. Well, what we'll do is we will reschedule you to come back in another day and we'll work on these things. So I did want to actually spend some time, and I didn't really get the image. Oh, he's having him come back in. Let's see if this works now. Okay. Let's see. Bringing him up to the line. It's okay. You know what? Can you hear me? You can't hear me. Okay. Let's see. Let me write you a note. Let me write you a note. Let's see here. I'm going to write him a note. We will reschedule. Okay. So we're going to reschedule. I can't hear you. No. It's okay. It's okay. We'll reschedule him on another day and tell a story. It will be perfect. And so while he's still working on it, we will still continue through. Okay, so guys, guess what I have been doing? The jig is up, I'll tell you. Okay, I have, I've been loading these Service Hero shows into YouTube, which please, here soon I'm really going to launch our YouTube channel. We really haven't. I'm just trying to get up to 100 right now so I can get a custom link so I can start working on some stuff. We've got some really cool things that are coming down the pipe for Service Hero Show, the Service Hero Show. It's going to get a little bit of a different look and feel, and some new branding, and some pretty big announcements here in the next bit. So I am right now putting all the shows. I'm in the midst of putting them into YouTube. Not all of them are in there yet, but I'm getting them. I am contacting our service heroes of the three, because we have them from 2018, 2019, and 2020, so I can get updated resumes and bios and that kind of information, and so I can load them into the shows. And then last night, I started loading them even into Pinterest. So We will have shows all over the place. Plus, wait until you hear. I'm not telling it yet, but we're working on it. We've got some really big things coming down the coming, because when you're telling stories like we have been through Service Heroes, we have stories of inspiration, inspiring stories that are inspiring others to find that service hero inside and then let it share and show and serve others. And it ends up being a full circle effect of service. And during this period of time, I am going to bring up an image that was shared on Mario's page. And I'm going to have him talk to why it is that he had this brought up or was sharing this, but it's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Because in truth, right now, so many need healing and so many need love. We can heal divisions. We can heal and bridge differences. We can heal through love. The love that we can unconditionally share for others comes from a pure place, not always easily found, however, always there. There are more stories that I'm looking forward to telling here soon of some people that were pretty calloused over in their love, and yet then found it and even had to help heal some of the things that they had done through these calloused years, where love was just not at all a part of what they were experiencing in their life. We can heal. However, it takes focus. It takes a community. It takes a movement. And within the Chemo Buddies for Life and Service Heroes, we have embraced the Love It movement. Love it. Love it. Love it. Because love is it. It is the answer. So, have you embraced the thought of love? We can love each other and we can find some healing power through it. It takes one and then another, and then it starts to grow, and we actually can change the way things are done, one buddy at a time, one person at a time, one service hero at a time. It takes one. We know many examples through history, many examples that a person saw that a change could take place. They were willing to get out there and make it happen. So are you? Do you have that service hero inside of you? Are you going to help to impact the world by sharing love of yourself and then love for others? Because when we trust ourselves, when we love ourselves, when we can believe in ourselves, when we can see the value within ourselves, we then can take that out to others. So I want to say that, Skip, so good to see you here. Love you too. Love you too. Yes. Hi, Skip. So our service hero had some issues today. Oh, I hear him, actually. Wow. Okay. Okay. So I'm bringing him back up. You know what? How interesting was that? How interesting was that? I was just about
I
to
didn't want to
close.
miss this. I didn't want to miss this, so I went to the phone.
Well, thank you. I will tell you this is it was interesting because I had a chance to share. I used your image that you had shared on your feed, and it's something we've been talking about a lot over the last. We've been talking about this very subject within our closed group and within Service Heroes, and this image here, and the idea of elevating others, sharing the love, sharing humanity. Why don't we go into this, and then I want to really hear about what it is that you are doing. And yes, I love it. Yes, we never give up.
Right.
That's right,
Never
Sherry. We
quit.
don't. We never give up, and I love it, Mario. You don't either. So thank you
Right.
for trudging through and figuring it out and shifting. Sometimes you have to shift.
Hey,
You have to shift, right?
if you don't pivot in life, you stay in the same spot.
Exactly. So so tell us why you shared this image. What were your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts are is that people it a lot of it has to do with being programmed and manipulated. And look, we're not born to hate people. We're taught to hate people. Um, and I want people to unteach themselves that and know that there are good people out there. Not everybody, not every minority is bad. Not every cop is bad. Look, it's always going to happen. But when you're able to have two people come together and hug like that, because and I've seen it firsthand. I mean, I've walked outside during the protest, and I see the protesters and the cops coming together, shaking
Mm-hmm.
hands, hugging one another. The cops telling them, "We're with you." Black
Mm-hmm.
cops, white cops, Chinese cops. It doesn't matter. They're all there. And when you see it, it's so inspiring. But when you see one of the protesters put their sign down to hug a cop, my God, that's what it's. Everybody wants to put everybody in this group, but nobody wants to look at themselves before they do it. So it's that prejudgment that we were taught we have to unteach ourselves so that we could. That's how we bring ourselves closer together.
I love it. And now you have been in the New Jersey area. Now you're in the Florida area. And have you seen a lot of unrest in your area or
I,
protests or what?
a lot of protests, but very peaceful. Uh,
Okay.
no, knock on wood, no rioting or anything. But that's to me. The rioting is they're just taking away other people's livelihoods. That's all they're doing.
Right, right. Right. And here again, this is where it is your Wilson. This is where you come from. You come from the business world, the finance world. You come from that place. And yes, you had that 5 years of pivot, and now you are helping others to elevate, by elevating them and helping them with coaching and strategies and such things. And I know the groups that you're a part of, and there's a lot of helping the entrepreneur, helping the that person that needs that extra oomph, like, okay, I've got this, but I don't have it completely. I'm not to where I need to be. I know I can be, though. And so you're now able to come from a place where you've worked through the story. We told the story of your youth, then we told the story of the change with the, an industry, a full industry changed. And then the identity issue within that. And now you've emerged, and your life purpose is to serve others and to help them to find their purpose, right?
Absolutely. Look, I think that people wonder why there's 1% in this world. Through all of the people I talked to, and I had to do a lot of research on this, but through all the people I've talked to, I realized that there were three types of people in this world.
That's what I could narrow it down to. The first person truly believes that the life that they have, they can never change. They're stuck there. They can never prosper. They can never take control of their life. Those are the people I love to work with the most. Then there's the second person. They're a little bit further along in the journey. They take a little bit of a risk. They start their own business. Maybe they start a YouTube channel, maybe whatever. But that first failure, that first obstacle, that first struggle, they give up and they revert right back to the comfort zone and go right back to living the unfulfilled life. Then there's that third person, and the third person I studied. I would have to say it was 3% out of the rest is 97% of the population. These people, they will stop at nothing. Their passion is so powerful. Their desire is so driven. To them, every failure is a learning experience. It's a stepping stone. Every obstacle makes them stronger. They actually ask for these things. They embrace failure. They embrace obstacles. They embrace struggle. They know it's on the other side of struggle. Greatness. So when I say stay weird, it's because these people don't think normal. What does normal mean? Like someone says, "Oh, you're a normal person." I don't want to be normal. That's average. Okay?
Right.
These people are truly misfits. They are square pegs and round holes. They're thinking outside the lines. Notice I didn't say box. Thinking outside of a box means you're in a prison. They think outside of the lines.
I like that.
And they'll break the rules. They'll go against the status quo. And like Walt Disney said, it's the crazy ones who believe they can change the world that actually do. So why be normal?
Exactly. And don't try to find yourself, create yourself. I love that creative, and you look at these images, and I love them because it's got that fun feel. Okay, so stay weird and create yourself, and happy colors, and it's like, okay, you have found your happy. You're that Walt Disney that found the mouse.
Yeah.
It's like, right, like the good stuff is happening now. In fact, you were telling me, and I don't have one of those images. I wish I would have grabbed one, but that you have such a fun imaging that you took and branding that you did, that you have like a cartoon type superhero word thing going on, that
Bam.
but bam, like on all your stuff, but bam, and you had it out there, and you went to an event, a big event, and people were like, "You're the bam guy," right?
Yeah, they saw my name on my lanyard, and when they saw my name, they're like, "You're the bam guy," and I'm like, "Wow, that's pretty cool." I'm like, people are really recognizing it. So, yeah, it's look. I think everybody has a gift inside of them. Everybody. They just have not unwrapped it yet. They don't know it. They don't know it's in there. But believe me, take it someone who's been through all the stages. There's a gift inside of you to share with the world. You start sharing that passion and purpose. You unwrap that gift. Man, things just happen. They really do. And when I say don't find yourself, create yourself, I say that because I really care about the youth in this world, like especially the kids thinking of going to college, coming out of college, and they say, I want to find myself. When I talk to them, I say, don't try to find who you are. Find out who you're not. Find out what you don't want in your life. And, for me, this was that internal conversation. So when I said I was no longer going to listen to the news, I was no longer going to care what people think about me or think about what other people are doing, what other people have. Once I got rid of all that, by default, I found myself again. I created who I wanted to be. So to me, that's the quickest way for people to find out not only exactly who they are, but what they were meant to be. And once they implement that, a lot of people get to the starting line. It's getting that foot across the starting line to get on that journey. I want people to cross it and not have a finish line and be on that journey for the rest of their life, so they do not have regrets. Because to me, regret is the worst thing you can die with. If you want to live forever, die happy with no regrets.
I love it. Be grateful for what you have now while you're working for what you want. It's that whole in the moment. Be grateful for the moment, no regrets, going forward, keeping the positive that, you know, for you, what is positive for you. And but I love this. Don't try to find yourself, create yourself, create yourself. And that goes back to even that whole play image, and everything. Too many people think that they can't play anymore when they grow up.
Don't grow up. It's a trap.
I love
Look,
it.
I say it all the time, and I say it to my three daughters. If you live your whole life through the eyes of a child, if you remember how curious you were, if you remember how at the type of adversity you had as a child, how just that curiosity. No one's curious anymore. They're
Mhm.
curious about what other people are doing, what other people have, what other people are saying about them. But are you curious about what is truly blossoming in this world? What is going on around you? How many people are still aware that the sun rises and there's beautiful sunrises and beautiful colors in the skies, or the smell of fresh cut grass, or walking into the ocean, or walking on the sand? Those are the things that God gave us. Those are gifts. Or whoever you believe your creator is. I don't talk about religion either, other than politics. I don't talk about politics either. But all of these gifts, appreciate them. If you, wherever you are right now in your life, appreciate what you have. And why I say that is, if you can appreciate what you have right now in your life, that is going to allow you to get past the starting line. Because if you're ungrateful, you're just going to have more things come into your life that you're ungrateful for. So no
Right.
matter what it is, send those vibrations out there. They're real. The universe is real. Karma is real.
Oh yeah.
Send out the right vibrations. Be grateful. And I say it all the time when when I have coaching calls. How do I end my day? And I say, go to bed with a positive thought and wake up with gratitude. Because if you do that and you understand that two gifts of just opening your eyes every day,
Yeah.
jump out of bed and start the day. Don't waste any time, man. Like, this whole pandemic has been a reset for everybody, a level playing field. You had
Mhm.
all this time we had. People say don't have time. What I did so many Facebook lives because I wanted people to use that time to their advantage, to
Mhm.
work on themselves, to work on the mindset, to work on being a better version. What were they going to do when this pandemic did end? To me, it became so exciting. And I know people, went from fear to anger. For me, I didn't see it as fear. I saw it as an opportunity to serve the world in a more powerful way.
There you go. Service hero. And Sherry saying, be grateful for every single thing, the good and the bad. Karma is for real. And one of someone that I work closely with, he always is talking about everything that happens is perfect. You just and it goes back to what Sherry is saying. Every single experience is perfect, and it when we can get into that mindset, like you have the one meme that you have about mindset, when we can have that mindset Monday, but we can have that mindset on every day where that opportunity, whatever that is today, is an opportunity for us to create our life to be what we want, right? That's
Absolutely.
what your message is. Yeah.
Mindset Monday. I don't mean just for Mondays, but I actually do a Mindset Monday inside a Facebook group. But look, it's really important for people to understand. Even the bad that happened to me, the things that went wrong in my life,
Right.
if I had the mindset then that I have now, I would have realized that those things were happening for me. There
Mhm.
was a reason that they were happening.
Right.
Because if they didn't happen, would I have such a passion? Would I have such a purpose for serving the world and for elevating as many people as possible? Maybe not. Maybe I would have stayed in my normal routine, the way it was, and I would not have been so vulnerable and been so passionate about writing a book, starting a podcast, and doing the things that I've done in order to reach. I mean, I want to reach everybody. I want to reach as many people as possible, and that's why I call it a movement, because I can't do it on my own. I have
I,
to.
I love that.
I always say, elevate yourself, elevate others. So if people do that, if people elevate themselves, they're going to turn around. They're going to pass that gift on to someone else, and that is why it's a movement, and that's what makes it so exciting.
So if someone wants to, like, okay, first of all, congratulations, you were ranked quite high on your podcast. Let's celebrate that. Tell us about it.
Oh yeah, so we launched, and the podcast Elevate Others, a Movement was number 49 on the Apple entrepreneurship list, entrepreneurial list. So that was really cool. I mean, it's great. So it's great that people are listening to the message. The opening intro episode is my story, because I want them to know that, look, I'm not here to talk to you as a doctor or something. Look, I'm here to talk to you about my story. I've been through the stages. I'm not going to tell you how to get, I'm just going to tell you how I got a mind. And through a conversation, everything comes through a conversation, not a debate or anything. Through a conversation and understanding those stages, that's where I want people to feel comfortable enough to reach out to me and say, hey, I heard your story. I know where you are right now in your life. I want to share my story. I want to be on a path to freedom and happiness. But not only that, once I'm on that path, I want to bring people on my path. That is a gift.
Yeah, that is a gift. That is absolutely a gift. And I want to just recognize that Skip, he's one of the board members of my organization. And he said, yes, find the gift in it all. I found the gift in my cancer diagnosis. My life is different in such a better way. And so many people can actually say that with love and joy and happiness and a smile and gratitude. And that is when we embrace and we elevate others, and through a movement, right? That we are saying, yes, you may not know it, but you're there. We're going to help you. And that movement, that energy of moving forward together, no one left behind, going there together, that is what we need to be doing to make a difference throughout this world. And our world will be healed. The healing energy will definitely make things so much better. And that's why I was thrilled when Andrea nominated you, and then I started learning about you. I'm like, oh yeah, we need a dose of Mario today, and so thank you for working through all of the different technical issues. And what I have found, and it happened. What I have found is when we need something to take place through this show or through a movement for someone, there'll be some hiccups. And we
That's
needed,
okay.
yeah, and there just needed to be a special moment with some people that took place while you were working on the sound. So it gave us the time to spend some energy and love with this person. And so
That's why I believe in perfectly imperfect. There's no such thing as
absolutely.
not at all.
Yeah,
No
absolutely.
perfect.
Absolutely. So I am actually going to give you a moment. I'm going to take myself down from the line. I'm going to give you a moment to share, a nugget, something that you're feeling inspired that you want to just leave with everybody. Then I'll come back up and then we'll close out the show. Okay.
So anybody who is feeling like their life is not in the right place and not being and not, you feel as though you're not living a fulfilled life, I want you to know it's your responsibility. Nobody else is going to come save you. You have to first want it and save yourself. And once you take the responsibility for your actions, your habits, and your routines, and you do get that clarity and that focus, and you find your passion and purpose, take the plunge. It's your responsibility to open up your gift and share it with the world. And that's what if we all do that together, we all band together, this movement's going to be bigger than anyone ever imagined. And we can go out and elevate others.
I love it. There you go. What was that? Bam, boom,
Ba-bam.
ba-bam. There you go. Ba-bam, boom, ba-bam. You know, what an image that is. And so, you know, thank you for everything that you did and to, you know, persevere and get through and come back to give us this message and words of encouragement, because we all need them. We all need to be reminded and help each other, because you can say, yes, I'm going to do it. And then it's like you said, you know, remember it before you go to bed and remember it as you wake up, because it is a fluid situation called life. And so as we close today, it is June the 4th, 2020. This is the Service Hero Show, 365 days of awesome. Celebrate success through service. I want to say, yes, Mario, you are a service hero. Andrea was right. You have proven it to us that you have actually taken some situations that were pretty significant, and you pivoted and you found that drive to go out there and now create such a movement forward to elevate others and to help to elevate the frequency so that we all can be in a better place. So I want to say thank you for being a service hero.
And thank you very much.
All right, everyone. Today is Thursday. So in the closed group, as I was talking about earlier, we have Thankful Thursday. Carol Brown and Barbara Beckley are the chat hosts. If you are not part of our closed group and you would like to be, go to Chemo Buddies for Life Chemo Buddies for Life here on Facebook and go to the groups. If you're not a member yet, just ask to join. Remember, what is shared there stays there. That is our safe place. All right. See you there tonight. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.